is Anirudh. I'm from Noida. First of all, you're looking gorgeous. Someone had told me that actresses look good on screen, but in real life they don't. I'm like, to hell with that. They do.
Who said that? How did they say that?
Okay, so my question is, all the movies which have a female protagonist are basically on a topic which is women-centric. For example, take Mother India or Dirty Picture or even your upcoming heroine. My question is, why can't we have a normal movie in which the female is the protagonist instead of the male, like maybe an action movie or a comedy? Take, for example, Angelina Jolie's Salt or Bridesmaids, which had recently come. So how can that shift occur, and what's
You know, I have a very interesting story which actually, when I was in Los Angeles, someone told me. Salt was actually written for Tom Cruise.
Right.
And they approached him for the film, and he was like, you know, I'm not interested, I don't like the role. So it's not like they went to Brad Pitt. You know, their next choice was Angelina Jolie. But whereas in India, if Salman said no to Bodyguard, they can't take me. They have to go to a Shah Rukh or an Amir. There's no choice. It's always between, you know, the 3 or 4 Khans. So where does that leave me, you know?
With the 3 or 4 Khans.
Yeah, so I'm just dancing with them, trying to tell them that, listen, I'm also here and I can act and I'm interested in acting, so give me something to do. That's the least that we can do. And also Tom Cruise and Angelina Jolie get paid amount, you know, nearly the same amount. Whereas, let's not get into what Salman gets and what I get.
We really want to know what Salman gets. Yes, that lady at the back, please. Identify yourself. Thank you. But when will that happen, when heroines get as much as the men do? Do you know how much Salman gets? Many zeros.
Many zeros.
Yes, please.
Hello Karina, my name is Divya Mehta and I'm a student from JP University and it's very nice to see you in front of me. And my question is, what difference do you cite between Bollywood and Hollywood?
Well, I think there's a tremendous amount of difference. You can't compare the kind of films that they make, the kind of budgets that they have. Like I was just talking to Madhur the other day, and we're trying to make the poster of my film Heroine. So I was like, you know, Black Swan was so interesting. So he was like, बहुत dark है, कोई देखने नहीं जाएगा. So I said, so then what? He was like, nee, it should be red, it should be pink, we should add color. So I was like, okay, so that means we can never make a movie like Black Swan. So everybody's attitude towards these movies in our industry also, they're like, it's very dark, I don't know, will they really go to see it? But when Natalie Portman does Black Swan, she gives her life for it. She starves herself for like an entire year, works on herself, and you know, it kind of pays off and she gets that kind of respect. But I don't think Bollywood as such is that ready for a Black Swan. And like I said, I don't think our society is ready to get away and break away from the Chammak Challo and the Chikni Chameli. We still want that. We yearn for that. We're getting there. Like I said, it's very exciting. Times are changing, and I'm hoping lines are blurring, like I said in my speech, but we're getting there.
Yes. Right at the back, please.
Hi Karina, I'm Sabha from Headlines Today. You spoke about how Angelina Jolie took over Salt when Tom Cruise couldn't make it. You stepped into Aishwarya Rai's shoes for Heroine. Was it unnerving considering she promoted the film at an international platform like Cannes? So how was it stepping into the role and on a day-to-day basis playing out your character for the film Heroine?
For me, it was not really stepping into Aishwarya's shoes, because at the point when I was offered the film, before Aishwarya got into it, I was busy with films like Bodyguard and Ravan. And I think we choose films according to the script and which film we want to be a part of. And it has nothing to do with that she was a part of the film and I'm stepping into her shoes. I'm sure she would have been brilliant in the role, but due to circumstances, like everybody knows, it didn't work out. So I'm going to do my version of what it is. I don't know what her version would have been. But all I know is that I'm going to give it my best shot. And I think it's turning out pretty well. I'm shooting for it. In fact, I've just flown in for this and going back again to the shoot. It's an exciting journey of an actress. She's slightly schizophrenic. She's, you know, got these different mood swings. It's very difficult for me to do. But I'm glad that there's a role like this. At least I'm taking a risk. And it's actually just fun, you know, not standing behind Shah Rukh and Salman and, hey, I'm also in the movie kind of vibe.
Yes, please, that lady there. Please identify yourself and ask a question.
Hello, I'm Suja Isaac from Saukya, Bangalore. My question to you is, what's your dream role and have you already acted it?
Well, many of my fans will say Karena's dream role was Jab We Met and Geet. But to me, I've never really had a dream role. I think it would just be a dream to just have actresses get the kind of respect, you know, that an actor gets, which of course we are getting. There's a lot of media support as well. Like Kaveri just did a wonderful article in the India Today about actresses. There was about me, Vidya. There was a lot of us a part of it where she wrote so well about actresses actually trying to, and of course, breaking the norms and coming up to where the actors are. So there's no real particular role that I would like to do. I just hope that directors will write more roles and then I would get to choose.
But also, yeah, sorry, Harinder, you wanted to ask a question. Just till the mic gets to you. You're always seen as a very spontaneous actor. You know, you just, everyone tells me you just go in front of the camera and that's it, you know. You're not a method actor. But for Heroine, are you actually having to prepare, you're having to study, or is it the most challenging role that you've done yet?
I wouldn't want to just, you know, put focus on Heroine and, you know, of course there's so much pressure on it. Everybody, I don't know what all they're expecting from the movie. Actually, the character's called Mahi Arora, so I've actually just placed myself that if I had to go through this, what would it be?
If you were from a small town,
if I was,
if you just...
Yeah, but obviously everybody's just presuming what the story would be.
Okay.
That she's from a small town and what it would. But I'm just being Mahi Arora. Like I'm just being that, what if this happened to me one day, you know? What if I'm like at a press conference and there's a scene where people, you know, throw questions at her because she's like kind of down and out. So there's like magazine covers saying finished.
Right.
So I kind of put myself in that space that how would it be if this ever happened to me and how I would react. So that's the way I approach most of my roles.
Right.
And like, it's just about loving to act. I just love acting. So I think it just happens. Something happens. And it's that something that the directors have to capture.
Right. Harinder had a question? Yes.
Yeah, Harinder Baveja, headlines today. It's a non-filmy question. Karina, you were an eyewitness to the incident in Wasabi. So as Kaveri said, do give us the details of whose fist flew first.
Unfortunately, that really doesn't have anything to do with why the heroine becomes a hero, because it wasn't my fist, so I wasn't the hero that night.
Yes. You have a question?
This is Pawan Malhotra. Karina, now that Agent Vinod is releasing in the coming week, when do we see you as Begum Pataudi?
Well, hopefully end of this year, because I'm busy with Heroine and I have to finish the film. We're not yet going to announce the date, because obviously then I don't understand why the entire nation is in such a hurry to just make me the Begum of Patodi. I mean, there's no such rush. But obviously, hopefully at the end of this year, people will still have to be a bit patient.
Would you have done Dirty Picture if Milan would have offered you?
There are a lot of people that ask me that question. But all I can say is that I think it's the bravest effort and one of the finest performances I've ever seen from any Indian actor by Vidya Balan. And hats off to her, but I just don't have an answer to that question.
Yes, the gentleman there.
Hi Karina, this is Samyak here from Bombay. So as an accomplished individual in an industry where on-screen beauty has an expiry date, how and when do you decide to call it quits? Because young people like me want new faces every time.
But someone just told me I look so beautiful, so why are you giving me an expiry date? You're supposed to be complimenting me right now, not telling me that when are you retiring. Oh, I hope to act forever, because like Kaveri said when she introduced me, that I know nothing much other than acting, and I'm proud to say that. I never really went to college. I don't have a degree. So at first it was like I have nothing to fall back on. But as I've worked in the movies, I don't think there's any other place that I would rather be than in this film fraternity. And I want to act and hopefully one day be a part of Iron Lady because of the changing times of cinema. That's what I would love to do.
Yes. Yeah, could you please get him the mic quickly?
My name is Vineet Dhingra from Mumbai. My question is, sometimes actors do roles that are extremely emotionally draining and charged. And how do you kind of draw the line between being consumed and giving a great performance and not getting personally affected by that in your own life?
To me, I feel that somewhere, because I'm so connected to films and I'm a film child, I actually know the line that is between, being that character and being yourself. So there's always a part of me where I know that, this is not real, but I have to make it real. And I think that's why I'm a good actress, because I know just how to, make things real. Despite of really not, getting that emotional. Like tomorrow if I have to do a death scene, I always tell this to Amir. I'm like, you're such a method actor, Amir. Tomorrow, what if you have to do a death scene? Are you really going to kill yourself and die? What are you going to do? So he was like, oh no, don't ask me these questions. I said, so then how can you do that? How can you say I'm a method actor? I don't think tomorrow if I'm playing a prostitute, I have to feel that, but it's not like I have to really become that and, get into that kind of particular character. I think it's just on set when I'm on with the makeup and the hair and that particular character's look. Like so many people are like, oh, are you exactly like Geet? So I was like, parts of me are like her, but I'm not like going to get onto a train and start rambling on to some stranger, I'm not like that. But so many people believe that I think Kareena is just like that, So it's just, I guess I just know how to do it.
Hi. Sorry, please.
Just a follow on that. I'm Kali. And first of all, I don't believe you were hiding behind Shah Rukh Khan. I think you quite did your role in Chammak Challo and everyone remembers that.
It was still an item song and everyone still terms it to that, which I hate. I absolutely hate that word.
Okay. I would like to know, what role do you think is the closest to the real you? What do you really like as a person? Since you've done so many roles and you've got so many different characters, and most people think you're like the character from Jab We Met, what do you really like? Give us a little peek.
Well, I think that actually I'm just a simple girl who's, like I said, ever since I was 9, standing actually, if Karishma was performing here, I'd be like standing at the door, trying to get a glimpse of her and then repeat her steps there. So if I saw her do it here, I would quietly backstage, be in front of the mirror and do that. Because I was always so sure of myself that this is what I want to do, this is where I want to be. And like Kaveri said, just get ready, it's like war. And I'm going to win the war no matter what it takes. But of course I won't sell my soul, but I'll sell my talent. And I think that's exactly what I've done. And as far as being close to a film character, a little bit of Jab We Met, a little bit of Omkara. Everyone knows that I'm crazy for love. I'm quite a sucker. And I'm happy to be in love. So that is also very, very important to me, And yeah, a simple girl in love whose dreams have actually come true.
She's met her Nawab, her prince. Yeah, please.
Hi, my name is Deepak Jain. I'm from Delhi. Karishma, you just said about Chamak Challo being an item number. I have a 5-year-old son. He doesn't remember Ravan, but he remembers Chamak Challo.
Shah Rukh will be very upset
I
that
don't know
he's
about
the
that.
son and he doesn't remember all the VFX and the stunts.
My question to you is that do you consider yourself a hero among all the Bollywood heroines, given the fact that you worked with the 3 Khans, your release is on the way with the 4th Khan, and I think the last 3 Khans' biggest blockbuster had probably the common denominator was Kareena Kapoor.
Like I said, I don't think that I'm a hero because all the films have made 100, 150 crores, but the producers and all the 3 Khans have taken home their money. And what am I left with? Chamak Challo. There's nothing more that I've got. So till I don't get my paycheck as much as them, I'm not on the same platform. So I'm going to fight for that. And hopefully one day we will be standing there. But I do believe that God has been kind and somewhere my hard work is kind of paid off. But there's also been a stellar performance in Vidya this year, and she truly is the hero of 2011.
Since you did talk about the Khans, I wanted to ask you, because all of them have acted with Karishma, and was it at any point awkward, especially when you had to kiss Amir in 3 Idiots? Was it at any point awkward, because you'd seen them as, you'd seen
and
them
Amir
as
has kissed both the sisters, so he should be here answering that one. How did he feel? I'm going to ask him.
But you've seen them, you were 9 and, you were a teenager and you've seen them acting with Karishma. So how was it acting with them? And acting with all of them,
and actually wanting to act with them. Because whenever Karishma would be on set and I would be watching them, I would always be like, oh God, Salman, look at his biceps. One day I will work with him. One day. Akshay Kumar, for that matter. I was 9 years old when he was giving his first shot, which was with Karishma. And I was there in 2 pigtails running around. So Akshay, whenever I've worked with him, he's always like, oh God, I can't do this romantic scene with you. I just cannot. I don't know. Just that visual of this girl roaming around in her uniform with these 2 pigtails is coming in front of me. So I'm like, yeah, but you just have to be a good actor then and pull it off.
Yeah, and also I think the fact that you've managed to act with all the Khans and not all the Khans, as we know from the media, talk to each other. So what do you do? How do you do it?
I'm a good actress. I'm acting on and off screen.
Okay, I think just one question from the web. Do you think item numbers in Bollywood movies have become a compulsion? Yeah, good question. Do you think that they're absolutely necessary?
Well, if you see the success of Chamak Challo and Chikni Chameli, then you obviously, and Sheila and Munni, of course, then you obviously feel that, chalo, item number dal lete hain.
Right.
But that's what I think most directors and producers are feeling. But I don't know, I don't like this word item number. Why can't it just be called like a song? In the 60s, when Helen Auntie would do a song, my mum has told me this. She's saying she would get scared that, oh my God, Helen G is doing a song in our movie. She was like, I always knew that it would never be noticed, I would never be noticed because she was so good in her songs and she was, the personality that she had, but the respect that she commanded. Today, everybody's just like, item number, this is an item number. It just didn't, I just don't like, I find it very derogatory. There's something very derogatory about it. So I wish people would just address it as songs because songs are what make our Hindi movies. It's what takes our films global also. When I'm walking on the streets of London, they're constantly fans are coming up talking about Chamak Challo or You Are My Sonia or, songs from Jab We Met. So songs are a part of our culture and we should be proud of it and not term it as items, in the movies. You know,
You're
that's what I
also
don't
doing
like.
that. You're also doing one in Dabang too, we hear.
They've spoken to me about it,
Right.
but obviously I haven't decided. But Salman is like, you know, you should do it and it'll be great. But I'm like, obviously I just don't want it to be an item song. I want it to be like a song in a good film like Dabang.
There's Vanas, can you please stand up? There's a question that you want to ask. Yes. Where is Vanas? Oh, please.
Hi Karina, this is Akash.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, please go ahead and then you can. Yeah.
Hi Karina, this is Akash from JP University. My question is, which movie will you think that it is the best movie ever for you till now in your life?
In my career?
Yes.
Well, I think it would be like a toss-up between Refugee and Jab We Met. I think the kind of rawness that an actor has in his first film is just something that I don't know if it ever comes back. There's just something there, which obviously no matter how much I try to do, that character and that role of Refugee will always have that charm about it. And I'm obviously biased towards it because it's my first film.
Vanas, wanted to ask a question.
Hi. Hi, Karina. My name is Varnaz. My question to you is, do you feel the difference between when we say Bollywood and Hollywood? The basic thing is the difference of the audience that goes to watch the kind of films that are made by Bollywood or Hollywood, an educated audience and an uneducated audience. Because I just heard you say you'd love to do an Iron Lady. I'd love to see you in an Iron Lady or many actresses.
But who'd watch it?
But
Exactly.
that's where, you know, bridging the...
But that's what I said, that, you know, our films obviously reflect the attitude of our society.
While there is like
the
a
kind
Pan
of-
Singh Tomar that's come up recently, there are people,
Of course,
multiplex, you know.
there are a lot of brave people out there.
So my question is, when is that time? I mean, is there never going to be a time when you'll make a great Iron Lady or a,
No, like I said
you know?
in my speech that, you know, the lines are blurring. We are getting there. Like I haven't seen Pan Singh Tomar, but I know that people have gone completely insane about the film.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, they're like, it's one of the most brilliant films they've
It
ever
is.
seen.
It is.
Or Kahani for that matter.
Kahani for that.
People are talking so highly about Sujoy's film. So I'm hoping that this would take films like that forward. But of course, then there comes a Ravan, and then there comes a Bodyguard, where everyone's running to the cinemas
Yeah, that's
because
where I get
Salman is
confused.
bare-bodied like he is at the India Today conclave right in front of
Yeah,
me.
but then that's
So-
where I get confused because I go and see every film in a cinema hall. And that's where I get confused. I hear even in the multiplexes, I hear people whistling when there's a Bodyguard, where, you know, it was a film. I mean, I look at the audience and I get excited. I say, wow,
Yeah.
this is working in India.
Absolutely.
But then I also see a Pan Singh Tomar
But
and
we
a
should try to
Kahani.
make a change amongst our society first, amongst the mindset of people,
Yep.
the upbringing, the culture that we have amongst our society. Once we break those norms, will we be able to, once we fix all that, will we be able to actually make films, like you said, like Black Swan and Iron Lady? So actually, it's not just about the film industry. It has a lot to do with the system in which we come from and where we're born. And of course our country, which is of course another discussion altogether. So once all that comes into place, which hopefully we are getting there, will we see a change.
And we hope to see Kareena in many more such movies. Thank you so much, all of you, for listening to her and for her for coming here. Thank you.
Thank you.